Welcome to Enabling a Better Tomorrow. This is the entry point for a learning thread specifically intent to provide some insights as to how we can go about developing approaches to deal with situations and not be our own worst enemies in the process, so that as a result of solving problems we don't simply make things worse, or we minimize the likelihood of making things worse and try not to create new problems that we or someone else has to deal with along the way. So the a typical approach to solving problems is we just want them to go away. We're in the rush of the day and so many things that we're trying to deal with. We just want to do something and make the problem go away. We are in doing that, we are in fact missing a great opportunity in terms of treating the situation that that has to be addressed as an opportunity for tomorrow to in fact be better than today. Though if we simply try and make the problem go away, if we actually succeed, then we end up right back where we started from, and with a great likelihood that we'll have to deal with the same problem again tomorrow or the next day. And though typically our attempts to just make the problem go away don't work, so we end up spending some time actually using what we consider to be our tried and true trusted methods to actually solve the problem, though the solutions that we develop have a great tendency to produce unintended consequences, which in fact cause the problem to get worse or create new problems that we have to deal with later. And our typical approach is to try and figure out how to get the problem to go away. So we end up in a vicious cycle, and things essentially probably for the most part over time just get a lot worse than they were. Now we have in fact learned over time that everything is connected. You hear people talk about everything is influencing everything else more and more as time goes on. Though while everything is in fact connected, everything is not relevant in the context of the current situation that you're trying to figure out how to address. So rather than trying to model everything or trying to figure out how all of the things interact, which creates a situation that's just complex and mind-boggling and bogs us down so that we don't actually get anywhere, we attempt to understand that set of interactions that are relevant and are responsible for the situation that we're trying to address. And our experience has shown us over time that there are in fact a typical unfolding of relationships that generate patterns of behavior that happen on a very recurring basis, so that we know the set of interactions that are responsible for creating these kinds of patterns, which gives us a leg up on a sense of how to go back and deal with them. So based upon that, we then in fact need a more effective approach to actually figuring out how to understand the situation, what's causing it, and how to develop a strategy that enables us to in fact deal with that situation. And the models which represent an elaboration of this introductory overview will in fact go into that in greater detail. Now, if you this video, which is probably how you got to watch this already, this link is to this video, uh, and this is a link to the current discussion on LinkedIn, where I would appreciate it if you would go ahead and drop by and provide your thoughts on this new evolving approach for unfolding this learning thread. And if you have not yet taken a look at the Adventures in Wonderland model and associated video, I would strongly advise that you do that, because that model tries to provide an understanding of how all of this content is intended to be structured to unfold this learning thread over time. Now, in this particular model, all of these underlined blue links are in fact links to other places, so that this model, elements of this model, are in fact elaborated in other models, and these links will take you there. Though don't rush off there right at the moment. I mean, they take you to models at the moment, though they're models that I have not yet evolved into this representative presentation. Give me a couple days and I'll get there. So drop by the discussion and let me know what you think about the way that this you think this is headed this time around, and hopefully I don't dream up a better way of doing this before I get it finished this time. So take care. Bye.